Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Interviews with Entrepreneurs in South Africa. Today, I'm very excited to be speaking to Candice Baker. Candice, will you tell us a little bit more about yourself and about your business?
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all on the web. I know we've all been doing a lot more on the web lately, so I was very intrigued at the opportunity to speak to Melanie, and I have a few different businesses that I run. The latest one is a life coaching business, which fits in very well with what I have been doing as a wellness coach in the past and a fitness coach. And it also built really nicely onto my retreats that I offer, my wellness retreats. And I originally all started this with a psychology degree a long time ago. And over the last 20 years, I've just been refining what it is that I want to offer the world, and obviously what it is that makes my soul happy. And I feel like we're forever changing, so I never like to put myself into a box. But that's my passion, is working with people, helping people to achieve their goals, whether it's fitness or wellness, and just kind of helping people to be the best version of themselves.
That's lovely. And where do you think your passion for people comes from, Candice?
You know, I think I was quite an awkward child. So for me, as a young person, it was really important to gain approval from people. And over the years, through all my studies and my self-evolving, I've realized that it's really important for us to be confident within ourselves and actually to gain approval for ourselves, like within ourselves. So my main focus in dealing with people is helping, especially women, to love and appreciate themselves. And I really am passionate about seeing the results, watching these women grow. I do work with men as well, but the main focus of my business just seems to have evolved in that way, that I work mostly with women, empowering them and building them up, and just showing them what amazing human beings they actually are, and to not judge themselves by other people's standards.
It's such a lovely thing to do for people. So who is your ideal client and where do you find them?
My ideal client is somebody who is willing to start looking at their self-limiting beliefs, start looking at why they are not where they would like to be in life, why they do not have the relationships they want or the career they want. Someone who's actually willing to start asking themselves the more difficult, uncomfortable questions. They say that you're not going to start growing until the desire to grow is greater than the desire to stay the same. So that is my job, is to just empower women. So through my social media, I often have a lot of women reaching out to me saying that they find my content inspiring, or they would like to try one of the things that I offer. And I use those offerings to work with people and to help them become better versions of themselves.
That's wonderful. Now, I've heard you say that you've shifted your business model quite often. What kind of prompts these shifts, and why do you think they happen for you? Because I speak to some people who've had the same business model for 20 years and now they're bored with it. And then I speak to other entrepreneurs who shift quite frequently. So why do you think it is that you make those changes?
For me, it's about staying relevant to the markets. To run a successful business, you have to offer people what they need. And the other thing is to stay true to myself, because if we are in a process of evolution and personal growth, then we do not remain the same. So we have to evolve our own approach to life. And then I use that experience to benefit my clients who are also wanting to evolve and grow. one of my favorite sayings is that you are not a tree. So if you're unhappy, then you can move. And so we get stuck and we become unhappy or just in a rut and bored, and often don't have the courage or the mindset that we need to actually to change, make some changes, grow personally. Change is a scary thing. So I always try and embrace it when I'm presented with a change. I always try and evaluate that change and actually embrace it rather than trying to avoid it. And that is what I do for my clients as well. Is to show them how to reevaluate, how to shift their perspective, and how to understand that it's okay if our goals change. It's okay if our sense of direction changes. It's okay if we get bored or stagnant, because a small shift in perspective can often set us off in a new and more rewarding direction.
So why do you think so many people get quite stuck?
I think complacency would be one of the reasons we get stuck, where we get into our comfort zone and then we just kind of go through the motions every day. And it's easier to just do that than to go ahead and make a big life change. And I think one of the other reasons we get stuck is fear. Generally, people fear change because when you're out of your comfort zone, and that is where the real personal growth happens, is when we are outside of our comfort zone. So, as I say, you have to reach that point where your desire to change is greater than your desire to stay the same.
Yes.
And a lot of people far too long.
Yes.
Just so unhappy with their lives. Whereas if we could constantly self-evaluate and constantly monitor where we're at and tweak things a little bit at a time, as opposed to ignoring everything until you have this huge mountain to climb, then it's a lot easier to actually move forward and stay relevant and stay happy and stay true to yourself as a continually growing, evolving person.
That's lovely. Now, tell us a little bit more about your retreats. Where do they happen? What do they involve?
So my brand that I use for retreats is called Bamboo Zen. So the focus of these retreats is empowerment. I do work mostly with women, but I have had men along on the retreats as well. And we just focus on personal empowerment, finding ourselves. We do meditation, we do yoga, and then I have these amazing bamboo tripods that we put up wherever we are, in the mountains, on the beach, next to a lake, wherever we are, and we use
sounds
those.
Lovely.
Hang our aerial yoga hammocks on those tripods, so you get a chance to push your boundaries a little bit with aerial yoga, get your feet off the ground, maybe hang upside down, which literally shifts your perspective, and just kind of introduce that sense of playfulness and fun back in. As children, we used to hang upside down, run around, do silly things, swing. We were far more lighthearted. And as people grow up into adults, they often lose that sense of fun. When was the last time you've been upside down?
Quite a while ago. And now that you mention it, when I was a kid, I loved hanging upside down off the couch. It was wonderful for me. But
when was the last time any of us got on a swing? And it creates this amazing sensation in your body. Obviously, there's an adrenaline release as well, but also, again, hanging upside down literally shifts your perspective. So yes. It's a literally shift, not just a mental shift. And it's also fantastic for your body. It kind of stretches out all your muscles. It decompresses your spine. So I take my wellness retreats and I try and blend wellness with fun and a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of whimsicality. Like, put on a mermaid tail, let's go for a swim. How does it feel to be this goddess who lures men to their deaths because she's so and upside down, have a little bit of fun, balance that with some meditation, like evaluate how did your perspective shift. So my retreats are really a blend of yoga, self-exploration with a lot of fun. Sometimes we do photo shoots because often it's beneficial to see ourselves through a lens.
Yes.
You know, I think especially we very much see each other through other people's eyes, to see ourselves through other people's and generally we experience other people to be critical of us and to put a lot of pressure on us to look a certain way, to act a certain way. And sometimes it's actually a great tool to do a photo shoot so that you can see yourself through the lens and actually appreciate yourself with all of your own, without all of your own preconceived ideas. I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I hate my skin, my boobs aren't big enough. If you can actually take some really nice photos of yourself and actually see yourself objectively, you know, wow, actually, I really like the way I look. Like, wow, actually, I look great in this. I felt really wonderful putting myself out there. I felt really wonderful taking a bit of a risk, putting on some makeup and doing something out of my comfort zone. Then it helps us to grow as individuals as well, and as women specifically, I would say.
That sounds really wonderful. And what age group of women normally come to your retreats?
I would say mainly mid-30s to mid-50s seems to be, I think often women in their mid-30s are entering a place of personal growth.
Yes.
Where, you know, no longer young women. A lot of them have entered motherhood, and they're looking to redefine who they are and redefine what it is that now fulfills them and makes them happy. Because, you know, as our roles in life change, our needs change as well. And specifically for women, don't have as many challenges and changes in their lives. You know, they grow up, mommy looks after them, they get married, wifey looks after them, they get a job, they get their career going, and they're off. And aside from the pressures of work, their lives pretty much remain the same. Whereas with women, our roles are constantly shifting. And it's important for us to engage with ourselves at each level, at each stage of our lives, and reevaluate what is it that we want, what makes us happy, what makes our souls sing. And that is also why I offer wellness coaching, so that we can be sort of just keep on top of ourselves physically with good nutrition, so that we can feel better about ourselves, so that we can have more energy, so that we can like what we see in the mirror. So I think my approach is very multifaceted. I offer exercise classes for women and men as well, but it's not your ordinary exercise classes. It's aerial yoga, pole fitness, um, even a little bit of circus stuff. Because again, why not? Why not swing in a trapeze? Have some fun. Why does exercise have to be boring? So, and again, it's about exploring our boundaries, about exploring our fears. So it's a lot more challenging mentally and physically than jogging on a treadmill, for example.
It sounds like a lot of fun. A lot. Has COVID-19 affected your business in any way? I'm sure your retreats are not happening during this time.
Yes, very sadly, I had to cancel my April retreat, which was in KZN. The theme was the tree of life, and we were going to explore all the phases of growing. We were going to stay in tree houses. We were going to build dream catchers with the tree of life in them. We were going to do yoga with wolves, just nice, interesting diversion. We were going to do some aerial tripod with my bamboo on the beach. So it was very, very sad to have to postpone it. But I'm hoping that towards the end of the year, we can find a weekend where we are able to travel. It is definitely a challenge, this lockdown, financially also, because a lot of what I offer cannot be done online on the exercise side. So coaching and wellness and nutrition, yes, people are struggling with motivation, but we can do that online. But when it comes to my fitness classes and my retreats, we offer online classes, but if you don't have the right equipment at home, then you end up doing more of a traditional yoga or Pilates or stretch class, which is not necessarily what you want to be doing. So yes, it has been a challenge and also a growth period for me because I'm currently setting up, well, actually, I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm tweaking it. I'm starting to upload content to it. I'm trying to invent what I offer to benefit the online community more because up until now, my business has been structured with face-to-face and small groups. So definitely a challenge and a learning curve. Um, I've had to learn about Facebook Live and how to create a fitness exercise group and how to broadcast exercise classes live. And a lot of my instructors have also had moments where they really are not comfortable in front of the camera, even though they're comfortable teaching people in person. So I think this has actually forced all of us to step out of our comfort zones a little bit, and it's all good. I think it's all good because the more we do this, the more we get to know ourselves, and hopefully the more successful we become and the further our reach becomes.
I love the words you use. I've spoken to so many people who feel that COVID-19 has made them shrink their businesses. And the word that you use for this period in your business is growth. And that's amazing that you've been able to see that this is an opportunity to grow because we, it's almost like we've pushed aside some of that wheel that we were in before this started, and that it's created opportunity to work on new projects. How many instructors do you have working with you?
At the moment, I have 7 instructors. Some of them work with our aerial circus classes, some with the pole fitness, some with the aerial yoga. We've also added traditional yoga now, which was just in time for COVID-19 because a lot of people don't have yoga hammocks and poles in their homes. So that was just in time. But my clients are very, very, very motivated to come back as soon as they can because they're not finding it as rewarding working out in their own garages or lounges. Because I think a lot of what we offer here is a sense of belonging and a sense of sisterhood where we get together, we have a chat, we support each other, we lift each other up emotionally and sometimes physically.
And where are you based, Candice?
I have studios in Benoni and in Bedfordview, and then obviously we have the classes as well that we do offer. And then my wellness and nutrition businesses also run out of Benoni and Bedfordview.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, I see that I'm getting close to the end of my time because I've got another Zoom scheduled for just after this one. Do you have any parting comments for us?
I would say my parting comment would be that we're all living through a difficult, challenging time right now. And I would say the most important thing would be to take a little bit of time, maybe first thing in the morning, and do a little meditation or just go and sit somewhere quiet for 10 minutes and just evaluate where you are and maybe give some thought to where you would like to be and what steps you can take to help you reach those goals. Because a dream without a plan it's just will always be a dream. And get out there, put yourself out of your comfort zone, get hold of a coach, somebody that can help you to actually get those wheels in motion and overcome these blockages and these fears that we all experience from time to time, and just use this period as a time to reevaluate and to grow and take some steps in a positive direction.
That's such great advice. Thank you. And where can we find you on the social networks? Which of the social networks do you use and where can we look for you?
So I am on Twitter as Gravity Yoga. I am on Facebook. I have Zero Gravity Yoga on Facebook, as well as Anti-Gravity Studio, and then Candice Baker Coach, where I offer my daily inspirations and work with my online clients. I'm also on Instagram as Candice Baker Coach, as well as Mermaid Magic, also on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes,
So if you
I follow your magic on Instagram, and I love it.
why not? Why does life have to be so serious? It's
Yes,
why not?
yes,
You can be who you want to be. Why
yes,
put ourselves in these serious boxes all the time? Life is here to be lived, and the shutdown doesn't make a difference. You can still live your life in a full and rewarding manner, even though you are a little bit constrained. There's always a way. So every day, just take a moment to be grateful, take a moment to meditate or evaluate what your direction is going to be, and then take some positive steps to get you there. So that would be my message. If you'd like to visit my website, which has everything under one umbrella, it's www.candicebakerza.com.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time to talk to us today, Candice. It was lovely getting to know you.
Same to you, Melanie, and thank you for all of your inspiration. It's always great seeing what you put out there.
Yeah.